All right, Julie Bishop has blasted the culture of Australian politics in an explosive 60 Minutes interview.
There have been some rather unkind comments about Australia being the Italy of the South Pacific and the coup capital of the world.
The former Foreign Minister labelled her colleagues as school children and is calling for urgent gender targets, admitting she felt more comfortable with more women in office. Let's bring in today's Pulse guests. A big welcome to PR guru Meg Coffey and Nick Hayes from the media stable. Welcome to you both.
G'day, Jerry.
Very kind of you to join us on this public holiday. Nick, we've had 5 Prime Ministers in 6 years. Are you embarrassed about Australian politics?
Yeah, pretty much so. I can't believe this. And I think, you know, Julie Bishop is actually part of the problem. So she's come out forward and said, hey, you know, we are behaving like children and think that we are, you know, we are a bunch of kids. Well, yes, and she is part of that problem. I think that, you know, we probably could do with more females, though, in the parliament. I think we might be a little bit better behaved if there were more females there.
Meg, I know you're busting to say something. Women make up 50% of the population, so does it not make sense that 50% of our politicians should be female?
I'm speechless at you, Nick, of whatever. Yeah. Yes, Jerry, I do. I think there's definitely a need for more women in politics. And I don't think, yes, I mean, I think you could say that Julie Bishop was part of the problem in that she was there as this stuff was all happening.
Yeah.
But she's not part of the problem in that we need more women, and the men shouldn't be carrying on that way.
Yeah, but
that she feels more comfortable when there's more women around.
Now that you're not the deputy leader, don't come out now and start spitting chips and telling us where all the problems are. She is part of the problem.
She couldn't do it before, maybe.
No, she had to do it before. Otherwise, this is all pointless. No, she's back in the backbench now. She can go and do what she wants to do. But she was part of the problem. We've got to fix this.
Certainly it's worth highlighting now. A lot of people listen to her.
Yeah, they do listen to her, and she's very powerful. There's no doubting that, and she's a great West Australian. Great West Australian. But you can't just start throwing rocks now that you're in the backbench and say, well, this is where all the problems are. This is what's going on. So I have a bit of an issue with it, but I think parliamentarians, we need to see them start acting like adults.
Fair enough.
I agree with you on that. That's about the only thing that you've just said that I agree with.
No, that's nothing new.
All right, that's a good time to move on to the next question then. A new study has found 2/3 of Australians can't cope without internet for 2 hours, while almost half say they would choose mobile data over running water. It turns out Aussies are the 4th largest users of mobile phones in the world. Meg, 39% of respondents say they'd run late for work in order to wait for their phones to be fully charged. Is this you?
No. I mean, I get the whole idea of not having access to internet and not having access to your phone, but I don't know that I'd be running late. I definitely wouldn't give up running water. I'm not that addicted to it.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's a smart decision. You wouldn't be able to enjoy your phone if you were dead.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I mean, like, I do get that angst when I don't have my phone. There's a new iOS app in the new iOS 12 that actually, like, tells you spent too much time on social media, and it's been cutting me off around 2 o'clock every day, and I'm starting to freak out.
Oh, wow.
You actually have to, like, go, no, I want to break my limit, and I want to commit to more social media.
I'd be scared to see my results. I'm terrible. Nick,
bad.
are millennials to blame?
No, they're not to blame. Stop blaming the millennials. We blame the millennials on everything. No, look, the reality here is that I think sometimes our priorities are a little bit whacked. And if any of my employees were rocking up late because they were still charging their phone or looking for more data, I'd be a little bit disappointed. But millennials, let's stop blaming the millennials.
But your staff need their phones. They need their phones as a tool of work. So if it's not charged...
Well, to be fair, they hardly turn up anyway. But, I mean, you know, it's... yeah.
I'm sure they do. All right, last topic on the Pulse this afternoon, and there are calls for dress codes to be enforced on planes. There are entire blogs and websites dedicated to the hashtag passenger shaming, and it seems these days less is more, with people wearing tracksuits, leggings, or even worse. Nick, historically, people would dress quite nicely to take a flight. What's changed?
Look, it's activewear, Jerry. It's activewear. Since someone came along and thought activewear was actually clothing. So no, look, I'm over it. I think we should take a little bit more effort, because even just for hygiene's sake, you know, if you put in a little bit of effort around your clothes, you're probably not sitting next to that person that smells a little bit of BO. So I'm all for looking nice on the plane.
I don't mind activewear if you want to be comfortable, but yes, I agree, it should be clean.
Well, and you change into your activewear.
Really?
Yes.
No.
What
no.
about getting stuck on a flight and there's a stinky FIFO worker next to you?
Oh, not okay, not okay. Oh, look, I'm from the school that you do get dressed up. I've always been raised that way, that you look nice to go on a plane. First of all, you're not going to get upgraded if you don't look nice. So you have to
Good point.
dress well. And if you want to go like on a long haul, then you take clothes and you change into them. I just flew to New York last 2 weeks ago, and you take clothes and you change into them. And I was actually shocked at how many people with what it was they were wearing. My grandmother would have been very disappointed.
Yes, I remember the oldies would just dress up nice to even go to the grocery store, wouldn't they?
Yes.
Different time. Do you think we should introduce a dress code?
Yes.
I think we should.
I think definitely, yeah, especially for flying business class.
Yeah, Jerry, you wouldn't go down to the shops in your moccasins, would you?
I don't own moccasins. I'd
Good
wear my
girl.
thongs though. All right, we'll call it a day. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you guys next time on The Pulse.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Jerry.
Jerry.